Let's enjoy it again.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
You're tuning into The Reeves.
Mauri ora kia tātou katoa e te whānau. Welcome back to Planting Seeds, this podcast that is here for you to enjoy, to be a part of these conversations. And first and foremost, big shout out to the official sponsors of Planting Seeds, and that is Clothing. I'm wearing their tracksuit set up from their lifestyle range at the moment. Very comfortable, very stylish, and something that I've just been living in. So I've got the charcoal on. They've got new things coming out, so make sure that you go onto their website, use Planting Seeds at the checkout. Now let's get into our guest, brother.
Kia ora, kia ora. Far out.
It's your time, bro. It's your time to share your story, my G. And brother TC, welcome to the podcast, my brother.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here. Far out to everyone that doesn't know who I am. My name is TC. TC Wairau. I don't know.
TC, bro, it's like so good to like have you on here, G. And we've caught up a couple of times, and it has been out. And the recent time that we caught up, I was sober driving and you were sober driving, and bro, we were just like on this vibe, bro.
Yeah,
like our friends were having a mean time. We're in the clubs, and bro, we were just like stuck in this corner, just having like these yarns. And then you're like, bro, like let's have a session on the podcast, and you've just been keen. You've been telling me you've been nervous, excited to share.
Still nervous, bro. We're ready to run a bag. Wow.
Because it's different, bro. We could be having a conversation outside of the mics and the cameras, and it's just flowing. Yeah. But as soon as the mic is in front of you and these cameras, it creates intense, a different energy, eh? And how do you feel now, bro? How do you feel now?
I feel good. I feel good.
But that was choice. So that was like, a little while ago now. What have you been up to since then, bro?
Far out. I've just been a dad, bro. Been a dad, and I love every single moment of it. Just the way that those kids look at me, it's just, it's a buzz, bro. It's like a glare in their eyes, and even though like none of them are my actual biological children, I feel like they're mine. Wow. Especially the younger two, because they're just they I can see in their eyes that they look up to me. And now over these last 6 weeks, I need to step up and start teaching them the ways, start being a father.
Wow, bro. And when did you feel like? Did you know, was there a time where you just were like, fuck yeah, these are my kids?
Yeah. That was only a couple of months ago. Honestly, it's just this whole sober buzz, bro. It's just woken me right the fuck up. Like, far out, going from benders to looking after kids. Never in my right mind, I never thought I'd have kids. Not this fast anyways. Not 3 at some time, but far out.
It's like a complete flip, eh, bro?
Yeah, bro. Far out. Bendering on the benders. 2 to 3 to 4 day benders, bro. Just
and looking sharp as on the fourth.
Always.
With that eye.
Oh, brother. You know what it is? You know what it is. Far out. If you ever see this eye out, just make sure you keep an eye on it. Far out here, bro. Just going from looking like this. Bro, around
bro, what is it about like trying to stay up the longest? Like, what is it about that, bro?
Oh, bro, I was never about that life, G. I love sleep. I was just always having a good time, bro, on the bender, Yeah. At times I used to use it as an escape from my problems, and I just used to use it to escape. But
did you feel it made those problems even more when you weren't on, bro?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Especially the come down, brother. The come down was the fucking worst. It was like, I don't know how much shit's gone up your nose, eh? And every time, you'd have a line, you'd just be like, yeah, I need to forget about that, bro. And fuck, it just made all of my problems worse. It made them worse. And bro, I hope that sinks into people's minds out there, because those thoughts only gone for how long you've been on. And like, I was pretty on, and
pretty good.
But I was fucking good at it. But, you know, coming back to reality and, you know, coming back to the real life, it was like, oh shit, now I've got to deal with it again. How am I going to do that? Yeah.
And it's sort of like one of those, you sort of get, it's like that sort of cycle for a little bit there, eh? You know, you're having a mean time, you're around all of these people who are having a mean time, and then it finishes, and then boom, you're going back through to normal life until you're looking for that next thing, you know, in the weekend to be feeling good again.
Yeah,
you know? And I remember even when I was going through that phase, bro, going through my own things when I was, you know, here in Aotearoa, but when I moved over to Aussie, I was just like drinking like every weekend, and not necessarily even going through like I was going through a breakup at the time, and well, I did go through a breakup. Someone had left me for someone else, and then bro, I moved all the way over to Australia. And then when I went there, bro, I was going through heaps of certain things and being around like some good people, but I was just always looking forward to drinking, getting on, like had no money for like high rent, but always found a way to just be wasted, bro. And like my problems just never really went away.
Because you always had to face them, bro.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with, bro, that's exactly what I went through. You know, I went through pretty much the same thing, bro, and that's why I'm like, whoa. You know, breakups, bro, they get you, bro.
Oh, man, like the way that I sort of started to talk about it, bro, because when I was going through it, like, bro, it's such a hectic feeling to go through, you know, and the way that I sort of share it is, like, I've lost grandparents, you know, I even lost a friend in school, but having your heart broken, like, it was like way different to that kind of loss, and it took me a long time to like find my way back, and it just took me realizing like just accepting it for what it was.
Bro, and bro, and that's where I am at the moment, bro, accepting all the flaws and accepting that everything happens for a reason, accepting that you are who you hang around with, accepting that, you know, change ain't gonna come unless you're gonna change yourself. Hey, bro.
Micro content.
That one was good, fella. That one was good.
But it's real for you though, eh, bro? You know, you had to make the change in order for things to change in your life.
Yes, bro. Far out. I was expecting it to change by sitting on my ass doing nothing. I was expecting it to change by doing fucking drugs, doing alcohol. Bro, in saying that, I only started doing drugs when I hit my early 20s.
Whoa.
It wasn't like young years. I was more of an alcoholic. I was an alcoholic.
Like what, drinking like every day almost? Or?
Nah, not every day.
Like that.
Oh, it was more like binge drinking.
Oh, okay.
I was a binge drinker. And why was I a binge drinker?
Could you last all night, bro, drinking?
Yeah,
until the morning,
bro.
Just on alcohol?
Just straight on alcohol, bro. Bro, straight up. And that was like my young days. Nowadays, I need a bit, you know.
Looking around, eh?
Oh, fuck. Auntie's looking all good over there. Hey, fuck. Oh, shit, that is my auntie. Sorry, auntie.
Bro, you're a bit of a character, bro, you know, and I just get that sort of like vibe around you, you know, you got that sort of like out the gate character, but out of the times where, you know, we have caught up, you know, I have noticed like a lot of changes that you've sort of been like making with that little interactions online. That last catch up that we had was like, holy hell, like I can see it, bro.
Yeah.
I can hear it in just the words that you're saying. And like, do you enjoy being this version of you, bro? Or like how you've made the changes?
100%. And one thing that you said that got to me was, do you ever see yourself without any of this, you know, like alcohol and drugs? And I'm like, yeah, bro, I do. Like, you don't need it all the time. Maybe it could just be for a celebration, or maybe it could never happen again. But in the path that I'm going in now, this whole 6 weeks I've been sober, bro, it's just been on. It's been on through the alcohol, bro. The alcohol was why, like, I was just like, once 3 weeks went past, bro, I was just like, what the fuck am I up to? You know? I was sober driving, and that's what made me realize was sober driving all the boys and like getting into town and just like looking at everyone. I'm just like, yuck, you know, bro. But like they're having a good time, and you just see those other ones that are just like, yuck, bro, just real trolley. Just how can you get, you know, how is this what I looked like? Is this?
Do I want to be like that again?
Yeah. I'm like, I don't think I want to be like that.
Wow.
But in saying that, I didn't give a fuck what anyone else thought of me, so I was just doing my own thing.
You've been in that space,
bro.
It's quite a buzzy thing, eh? You know, you sort of, when you're in it, you're just like, bro, this is the fucking meanest. You know, like I'm having the meanest time, like sweet, and then now you've sort of been on the other side where you've been sober in the same environment, and you're sort of seeing a version of you, and you're like, holy, like, I can see the change.
Yeah, and that's why I liked going sober, bro. After we had that corridor, bro, you were the one who made me go sober, which was buzzy, bro. It was just buzzy because that was my first week, and I just didn't want to drink, didn't want to do anything. That was just for myself, and and then when we caught up and you know started talking, and then you know shared my story, shared yours, and I'm just like, whoa. Far out, you just really made me want to be sober. And ever since then, I've been no alcohol, bro.
Oh, that's so cool.
No alcohol,
bro.
No fizzy.
Even fizzy? Oh, because you're getting into CrossFit now too,
bro.
eh?
Yeah, bro. CrossFit.
Papa more
CrossFit. Papa more CrossFit.
Is that the bro, Aiden Puckle?
Aiden Puckle, bro.
All right.
He's the man. You're the man, bro. Thank you for having me at your gym and your mother and your beautiful wife.
Fuck. And I know the fucking little beast over there, old Monty, bro. Holy moly, bro. Shout out to that, bro. I always used, because I felt like I was a small fella in our gym, and I always just felt my strength was just holding me back. And when I look at the bro, and I'm just like, first time I ever saw him was at CrossFit comp up in Auckland called Metcon Madness.
Oh, yeah.
And he was in the RX, and I just seen him. I was like, holy moly, is that fella in RX? And bro, he was killing it. And we started to have these interactions online, and I was like, bro, how do you do it? And he's like, bro, it's all about a mindset, you know?
Yeah.
It's like,
it is, bro.
You know, it's not about the bite in the dog, but the fight in the dog.
Yeah, bro.
That's his mantra. And I was just like, oh, bro, there's something happening up here that just helps him get into that space. Eh?
And I bet you it rubbed off on you.
Oh, bro, it did. When I was in my sort of like training and I was doing it, bro, I accessed another level, but
bro,
I couldn't sustain it.
Hey, bro,
I couldn't sustain it, eh?
Oh,
bro, but
makes
how
me
you been
enjoying
it?
Hey, bro, let's go.
Been liking it?
Bro, I love it. Because I used to do it when I lived in Auckland a few years back. And, bro, I loved it. But, like, the eating, you know, bro, just the eating, the fizzy drinks, bro. And then coming to now to doing it sober and no fizzy drinks and no junk food in the way, bro. It's just like
feel way better, eh? More energy, recovering a bit better.
Bro.
I seen you do like I seen on your socials where you went for 2 sessions. Like you went one morning and then you went back again the same night and done the same session.
That was the second weekend second week I was in CrossFit. It just wasn't enough, bro.
Oh, were you just keen?
And like so here's another thing, bro. I used to take drugs to make me feel normal. Because exercise wasn't in my life. I always wanted to do exercise. I always wanted a body. I always wanted to look nice, but I was using drugs to feel normal because, like, I'm sure I have ADHD or a little part of it because, bro, when I'm not doing anything, I'm, like, walking around the house trying to clean something that's not even there, you know? Like a fucking crackhead, bro.
So you would have drugs to come back to, like, ground level?
Yeah, bro.
Whoa.
Straight up.
So are you just naturally, like, energetic, bro? Just
like sometimes too energetic for people to handle. And that's where people thought I was smoking crack. I've never, ever touched that drug. Yeah, so a lot of people thought I was just a little cracky drunk fellows, you know, roaming the streets.
And so CrossFit or working out has been a way for you to let go of that energy.
Bro. And that's by that day, I went twice in one day. I was like, yeah, there it goes. And the next day I was like feeling normal.
Wow.
I wasn't real hypo. I didn't have that over energetic me. And I was like, oh, okay, so exercise is the answer.
Wow.
Hey, bro, like, fuck, like, I could yarn all day about it, but like, bro, exercise is the answer, bro. If you're going through some tough shit, and if you're going through like battles in your life, like if mother's passed, or your parents passed, or your grandparents, aunties, uncles, friends, and you're feeling down, bro, I used to turn straight to alcohol. Alcohol was my number one. Boom. Oh fuck, just heard the bro just died. Bang. You know, fuck, I'll drink this one, I'll have this one from, I'll have this one from, I'll have this one from. And growing up, bro, just I've lost a few mates through suicide, and growing up in Hawke's Bay is where it was happening too. And one of my best mates I lost in college, she used to be like the bro, you know, like she was the only one with a job, only one with the money. She would always hook the bros up with some food and shit. And I always knew that there was something wrong with her, but I just didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. Just be there. And yeah, and like I just used to make her laugh, all that, and it just wasn't enough, bro. And then a few years down the track, she ended up fucking, yeah, bro. And then another one of my bros done the same thing, and then another one, bro, and then another one. So I've lost a lot of mates to suicide, and that's why I like to make people laugh. I like to make people smile and say there's a better way to do it than going out the easy way, because the easy way is not the good way. It's not, bro, because you leave a lot of you're just thinking about yourself, bro. You're being selfish. And if you really love your family, you'll do your best to try to get through it. And I get that there's battles in life that you can't face, but that's why if I were you guys, I wouldn't turn to drugs and alcohol, because it's not the one, bro.
Beautiful, brother. Thank you for sharing and just tapping into that space and remembrance of, you know, the people that you've lost, but also you just sort of have so much love for. And I know that kind of aroha just shares to a lot of people in your life, and even people that you might not necessarily know. There's a genuine care that you have for them, bro. So just want to just acknowledge you and for you sharing in that space, brother.
Yeah, bro. It's just like if you're ever thinking about doing that type of stuff, look for someone, bro, because I know it's hard to open your heart up to just anyone, but that anyone could help you through your whole life. And just, yeah, bro, just find other ways to get rid of that anger. Find, like, honestly, exercise is a pretty good one. It helps you mentally. Even just going for a walk down the beach,
100.
putting your feet in that sand and walking into the water, dipping your head in the water, bro, it just calms you down. It does a lot for you. Going to Tangaroa and reaching out to him, even just reading a book. Hey, Maria.
100. It's just something to fill up your cup. And the thing that I like about exercise, particularly CrossFit, is you're just around good people, bro.
Oh, bro.
You know, like
100%.
You might not necessarily have people in your life to sort of support you, but man, when you go into like a CrossFit gym, or it even could be F45, just any group setting, and the thing that I've noticed with it is that there's this social aspect to well-being as well, bro. You know, when you socialize, it actually helps you in so many ways, and like, outside of the exercise.
Yeah, bro. And when you hear them in the background, like, go, go, go.
Yeah,
or like,
just giving you that encouragement.
One more, and then you drop it, and one more. Oh, hey, hey, bro. Oh, fuck, come on then.
But it's so right, bro, like how you're sort of sharing that, you know, there is a lot of people who have unfortunately gone and chosen the last option. And, bro, to be honest, I've had like a thought in my mind before where I've wanted to do it when I was going through like a pretty toxic relationship.
Yep.
And the only thing that I thought about was like if she would care. You know, it wasn't like any of the other people that I loved, but I didn't do it. Like I was driving and I could have just done it.
Yeah, bro, that's
you know?
that's I've had that for 100%. But then you just like snap out of it. And
yeah,
just like,
exactly. It was just the thought that just passed past me.
Yeah.
It wasn't something that I
What if
marinated on.
yeah.
It wasn't something that I was going to actually do, but
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
a thought
It
that
was a
came
thought.
in.
Yeah,
you
bro,
know?
yeah.
And it's just when we're feeling so low,
Vulnerable.
unloved, feeling
yes, bro.
isolated,
Yeah.
that's when those thoughts come in, and if we let them linger,
Yeah.
they make us feel even worse.
Yes,
you know?
bro. And
So
yeah.
it's like how you said, if you could, and I know it's like we communicate in a way as if it's easy, and I know for sure it's not easy to even just go for a walk when you're feeling that way.
Yeah.
I know for sure it's not easy to talk to someone.
Because you don't want to be out in society when you want
Yeah.
going through that type of shit, eh?
But
Yeah.
it doesn't mean to say that it isn't hard either.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not easy, but it's not hard. It's manageable. It's
Yes,
something
bro.
that
Yeah.
can be done. So just
Easily done too.
yeah, just examples like
Mind
you
over
said,
matter,
just
yeah.
going into the beach and being in the environment, going to do exercise, something like that just does something to your energy. Like for you, it
Yeah.
brings you back down.
Yeah, bro.
For me, when I do exercise, bro, it pulls me up.
Pulls me up,
You know,
yeah.
because I like being at a like more energetic kind of space. I just feel a lot more switched on.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have these outlets for different reasons. When I go into nature, it brings me down.
Yeah.
You know, because I like that. So I have
Yeah.
these different spaces that help me sort of self-regulate.
Yeah.
You know, so it's cool.
Self-regulate.
So it's cool to sort of see that you're in that space, bro.
Yeah.
And I can see you thriving, G. And how has the response been online? You know, because, you know, like from your followers, because you've created like, you know, a bit of a brand per se of
Yeah.
like when people see you, it's usually doing this or that.
Yeah.
Now all I see is your kids, bro. You're taking
Yeah.
them to the skate park. You're picking
Yeah.
them up from school. You're doing gym. Like, what's that been like for you?
Yeah, bro. That's been amazing, eh? But like, there are messages that have been like, just mean like, fuck, shot. You know, like I see, I read all the messages now. But there's just been messages like, fuck, what is it? Oh, I used to think you were a dick. I used to think you were a cunt. I used to think you were blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. I'm like, save it. You know what I mean? Like, if you used to think that from watching 5 minutes of my day to seeing me post this stuff now, because I've always been that person. I've always been that loving, kind person. But in my mind, they didn't need to see that person. I don't need to show them that. Why do I need to show them that? You know? And everyone just thought that I was just out the gate, you know, human that just didn't give a fuck. And I didn't. But behind the camera, there's a lot going on, you know, like I would always look after my nan. I was always looking after my my girlfriend and the kids as well. But the messages, yeah, there was just reading them, bro, just ever since, like, when they started judging me just from that 5 minutes of every day to now, it's just like, your words kind of don't mean anything. Like, thanks, bro, but like, don't come at me saying that you're like, I used to think you're a piece of shit, this and that, and then say, but I'm proud of you. Like, I get it, thank you, but like, what you didn't have to put that first part there, you know, because then
it sort of like takes away
the purpose of your
Yeah.
message. Hey, like, oh, I used to think you were shit cunt, but like, now that I see you with all the kids and doing this and that, I think you've grown and all this. And I'm just like, I would have appreciated it if you didn't leave that first part in.
because it's more like when they say that first part, it's like they were judging you.
Yeah, bro.
You know, they judged you for
First.
being that, you know.
Yeah, bro.
That's saucy.
They judged me from what they seen on a camera. What, like 5 seconds maybe? Well, I was probably doing a vortex or something, eh, bro? Encouraging young cunts to fucking get on the person. Vortex this, vortex that. Which we were a big part of, bro. Me, all the influencers, bro. We got, I reckon, we got a lot of people who become alcoholics, bro, because all we wanted to do was get on the piss, and all of us, every single one of us, all we were doing is vortexing, bro.
But
Yeah.
you guys weren't doing it for that reason.
Nah,
no
we
way,
weren't,
but
no
it was,
way.
It was taken in
Yeah.
that way, you know, because
Yeah.
you guys were with a crew, or like, you know, you fellas had some kind of presence, but, you know, you fellas made it like it was like almost like a challenge, like who could do it the fastest, say, or who could do the most in a night.
Yeah, bro.
You know?
Yeah, bro.
Who's got that title anyway?
So, bro,
Like, who's got that title anyway?
who can do it I don't know who can do it the fastest. I don't know about that. Oh, I know who can do the most, though. Who's got the crown, bro?
Would it be J-Muck?
Nah, bro. Nah. That Kiwi kid, have you heard of him?
Bro, we just like, bro.
I think he's from Maki too as well.
He does like anything, eh? He just sort of vortex. Yeah,
he
bro.
is the king.
They're so quick, eh, bro? It's like a little...
And not... like this whole thing, bro, gone in one gulp, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. But I understand like how other people were perceiving that, but I think there's something that's missing, and perhaps it's just like, as you sort of keep talking about, it's like there's more to people than what we show.
Yes.
You know?
And like, I need to go back on that, the whole alcohol thing. I feel like we were not the we were like the instigators, bro, but we never meant it in that way. So I just needed to say that. Sorry.
No, that's true though, bro. And like, people at the end of the day, we all can get influenced.
And it's very easily to get influenced by influences, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
especially when they all together.
Yeah,
as well,
bro. And it's like, oh, they're having a meantime. We should do what they're doing, and this and that.
And I think people perhaps are having a good time in their own way as well, doing those kinds of things. And then, you know, you get the odd people here and there who know how to just take it a bit too far.
Yeah.
And perhaps are going through their own thing, or perhaps in the wrong environment, around the wrong people. There's heaps of different, I guess, scenarios or components or different layers to what contributes to someone making just a bit too of a fast step, you know?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, that's how it went. But, yeah.
It is cool to see you, though, as a papa and in this new sort of, like, space, bro. And, like, even those times where we did catch up randomly, I think first time, it wasn't even that long ago, bro. Like, we haven't, like, known each other for that long, but...
Nah, not, like, on this level anyways, nah.
Like, I think I seen you at, you know, I did see you at One Love, but you can't remember. I seen you there and I was just like, fuck. And then I think I seen you on, like, a few sort of Snapchats or, like, stories and that. And I was like, fuck, bro, this fella's, like, out the gate, you know? Bro. But I didn't ever feel there was, I didn't feel any kind of, like, bad vibes or anything, you know? And the thing that I like about, you know, I've been around some, like, cool people in my journey as well, and there's just, I love people who have open minds, bro. You know, people who just have open minds, have a fucking story to share, and they've seen certain things in their life that bro. Just help shape their mind and able to sort of, like, do things that perhaps I wouldn't do, or perhaps a lot of other people wouldn't do. And but I think that's what makes people, like, you know, special in a way, you know?
And then you can kind of just live off them, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. You can kind of just live off what their life, like, maybe you didn't go through it, but, like, whoa, I'll watch him and I'll live from that, from what I see on Facebook or whatever, Instagram, and
sort of like an escape thing, eh? Or sort of like when you've seen people do something that you wouldn't do, there's sort of like a thrill to it.
Yeah,
you know?
Like,
oh, I wouldn't do that, but what's that like?
Keep watching, bro. Yeah.
And so, like, you've got a lot of mates who are in that sort of, like, athlete sort of space, bro. I've seen you, like, around some sevens players, like this and that. Like, were you an athlete at some point, brother?
Yes,
like,
bro,
were you into, like, any sports or anything?
Yeah, bro. When I was younger, I was actually fucking quite good at soccer, bro.
True.
Yeah, bro. I was quite good at soccer. I used to go to, like, trainings to get myself better and all that, and my nan used to pay for it. It was quite a lot. But yeah, she would pay for that, and I'll go to soccer, and it ended up being in, like, one of the top teams in soccer. Far out, that goes.
Was that in Hawke's Bay?
Yeah,
around that area?
Yeah, Waipawa. And then I ended up just going into rugby, and I was on the Ross Shield and all that. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like a shield that's kind of big down in Hawke's Bay.
Yeah. What were you playing in ruggers, bro?
Flanker.
True. 6 or 7. Straight up, bro.
Another open side. It's open side, eh?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, brother. I was open side 7, or I was winger.
And all the way through to reps. You were doing reps all in that shield. Is that where you were playing, bro?
Yeah. flinker,
so you
bro.
got a bit of gas and a bit of grunt, eh, bro?
Yeah, bro.
Man.
And
Oh, no, you carry on, bro.
And only this year I've just started getting back into it, bro.
True, bro. Been playing again.
Yeah, bro. Papua Bulldogs, we are.
So, and you're just naturally like a social cat, eh, bro? Like if you're in, say, reason why you're in CrossFit, boom, you're in that space. And now you're doing ruggers, but in the other life, your socializing was around the drinking, festivals, partying, eh? But you've taken what's been good in that space, but you've applied it into like more better things that's helping you on where you're at in life now, eh?
Yeah. Wow. That's it, bro. I just cut out all the not, I wouldn't say negative, but I've cut out all the
things that weren't serving you.
Bad habits.
Yeah, hey, cool.
Yeah, that's it.
And you've enjoyed the things, but you're just applying better habits, that fulfill you in a way that makes you happy, or that you're a part of something or whatever.
Bro. Yeah, bro.
That's cool.
And that's buzzy. Like you've said that to me, I'm like, whoa, yeah, bro.
But it's cool that you're naturally doing it, bro. You're not even being super like intentional about it. You're just flowing into these things that will make you feel good, or you just don't have anything that feels as though there's fear or challenge and going to do something new.
Bro.
You're just going there, bro.
I'm just doing it. Just do it. Hey, bro. That's all I'm doing, bro. Like, once I got sober, I was just like, fuck, I need to do something. I need to sort my shit out. And one thing I was like, fuck, I've always like I'm always on my phone watching rugby, and I'm always watching soccer, and I'm always watching dancing, and I'm always watching all these things that I've already done. But the alcohol took all that away, and like me going sober again is like bringing me back to my old roots, and it's fucking mean, bro.
That's so
love
cool.
It. Hey,
and talk about your roots, bro. You said Waipawa and Waipawa, like I know that's something that you wanted to talk about, bro. Like talk about that, brother.
Okay, so I might as well just start the old fucking straight from where I come from and all that, eh?
Yeah, bro.
So I was born in Auckland, raised in Hawke's Bay, and I went to Maraenui Primary. It was quite good there, and so I've bounced around from my parents, my mum, my dad, but I always ended up with my nan, and I give it up to my nan. She brought me up. I wouldn't be the man I am today without her. She's done a lot for me and our family. She used to take us in when we least expected it, and when we actually needed it. And she is hands down best grandparent I'd ever had. Yeah. So I moved with her to Waipawa, and I went to Waipawa Primary, and going from Maraenui, from living with my dad around all the gangs and all that, to moving to Waipawa, where I knew no one there, and it was kind of like a new chapter for me as a child, because I was always around gangs, I was always around violence, alcohol, drugs, all that bullshit, and then to move to Waipawa with my nan, it was like a safe haven. I loved everything about it, even biking to school in the rain. From going from Maraenui to having no school lunch, don't even know what a school lunchbox was, to having a lunchbox, to having a bike, to having a shoes, to having socks, to having t-shirts, to having actual uniform to go to school with every day, to have it washed all the time. It was a big change, and I just like to give it up to my nan, and she brought up some good fucking children, I can give you that.
So you went from just having like no lunch box, you didn't even know what the hell that was, being in such an out of it environment that was normal, for you, and then just having this complete switch up where you just felt you were warm, you were safe, you were clothed, you had like a safe haven. Like, how old were you when this was happening, bro?
In between 5 and 10.
Is that how long you were with your nan, 5 and 10, in that whole period?
Oh, bro, I was with my nan from like on and off like 5 to, since I was born to probably like 17, 16. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, she's pretty much my mother. She's pretty much the person that brought me up.
Did she bring up your little brother as well? Was your little brother with you?
Yep, pretty much, yeah.
Man.
And my little cousin she brought up, yeah.
Buzzy, bro. That's so cool to, I guess, have that kind of connection with your kuia, bro.
Yeah, fuck. It's mean, bro.
Another thing that I thought was pretty cool, bro, and pretty buzzy is like your mission on the van, bro.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Did you give it a name, bro? Did you give your van a name or anything?
The Shaggin' Wagon. Not much shagging happening there, though. Fuck me. This is usually at concerts. Not in the Portaloos, though. Other things went down in there.
The shaggin' wagon, right, bro? Fuck. Far out, bro. So what brought that on, bro? Like, what brought on your mission of wanting just to get a van and tiki tour?
Oh, bro. So this is how it started. Like, you know, living in Waipaku, living in Hawke's Bay, all we knew was Hawke's Bay. That's all, you know, like we never seen anything outside Hawke's Bay. Everyone that I know that comes from Hawke's Bay moves away from Hawke's Bay, sees a better place, sees a meaning, or like just sees more, you know what I mean? And I knew that Hawke's Bay just wasn't the ending, you know. I knew that there was more out there. I knew that there was more opportunities and all that. Growing up and living in Hawke's Bay, the only job you can get, because I wasn't really academically, how would I put that?
Just very, very academic.
Yeah. In school, so I had to find me a job. So I went to the meatworks. And the meatworks, I kind of grew up in there in a way, and I was there for like 5 years, from like 18 to like 25, probably more, bro, probably more actually. Wow. What a waste of my life. Nah.
And what were you doing in there, bro? Were you carving? Were you doing everything?
Yeah. So I was A grade boner, but from before that, I was trying my hardest to be A grade boner, and they would just usually leave the elites there, and train other people along the way. But it took me a long time to get to A grade. I learned all the ropes and all that, and I used to bone out the legs. You have your H bone, and you have your tunnel bone and all that, what you guys see on the shelves. But we did that. It was hard mahi though, and it was a very toxic place to work in as well. It was very toxic, bro. It was like, if you ain't good, you're out, you know. Like, if you ain't good, you go to the bottom, you go to jump on that broom, bro. And there is a lot of people, like lovely people in there, but it is what it is at the end of the day, because you're going to a place that never changes. You're going to a place that, you know, you're just going to a fucking shithole. You know what I mean?
Is there any sort of like, and this, I don't know if this is just gonna like revert the conversation or anything, bro, but you know, obviously I was, you know, plant-based for some time and I don't eat meat or anything now. Like, when you're going in there, is there any sort of like thoughts around, fuck these animals, you know, that are just being is there any of that kind of feels to it, bro? Yeah,
so when I first went in, bro, you see them get slaughtered and everything, just zapped, and they go, and then slit the throat. Bro, when I first seen it, I was like, ooh, you know, like, fuck, that made me feel a bit dizzy. I'm like, but at the end of the day, it's what this world has become, eh? Like, it's part of the food chain. It's pretty ratchet though. Like, these sheep don't really get to see much of their life, and yeah, it is kind of sad seeing that though, bro. Like,
but then you're sort of there for mahi and
bro, and you need to make that money. You need to make that dollar to live. You know, even when I was like 20, I had my own house, maybe even younger. paying my own bills and all that. But
And what was that? Was that Monday to Friday, bro? Being in that space?
Monday to Friday. Sometimes we had to work Saturday. It was hard, bro. It was hard mahi. But like, honestly, the only reason why I keep going back is because I knew nothing else better. That was it, bro. It was like stuck in a hole, bro. And once I figured out that like there was more to this world, I started not going to work, and I started feeling depressed because I knew I could get out there. I just didn't know how to get out. But I was stuck because I had these bills. I had a house to look after, and being stuck like that, it was like was draining, bro. It was real draining. And then what I'll do is I'll go to mahi, do the mahi, get home, play the game. So I was on night shift, play the game, sun would come up, oh shit, better go to sleep, wake up, do the same shit again. That's it, day on, day on, day on. As soon as it hits the weekend, there's my weekend mean, time to get on the piss. And that's all we knew, go to mahi, get on the piss. Go to mahi, get on the piss. There's nothing to it, bro. I even tried to start doing like fitness here and there, but it was just dumb. I didn't have no drive for it. There was nothing that was benefiting me at the time when it should have been, because exercise is the number one thing that should be in your life. But
you just had no energy for it
nothing,
at that time,
bro.
eh? Yeah.
All I had the energy to do was get on the piss and catch up with the bros, because and that's what I was saying. Like, you are who you hang out with, bro, because it is what it is. Like, far out, just go to mahi, get on the piss. Like, that's all I knew. Yeah, bro.
And then so you sort of had this idea of getting a van.
Yes, bro. And then coming back to that, I went to another meatworks, and there was more money involved there, and it made me stay a little bit longer, but it just wasn't enough. Like, same shit, different day, same people, different day, good people, but I knew there was more to that. So every time I went to One Love, come to Tauranga, I always felt like this is the place. This is it.
It's mean, eh?
Yes,
it's
bro.
a mean spot.
It's right next to the beach. Like, you're right there with Tangaroa, eh, bro? And you're just like, yeah, bro, it's mean.
There's a mean energy in Tauranga.
Yes,
bro. There's always something happening, and it's like close to Tamaki. It's like, as you said, close to the
central.
Yeah, it's like in a mean spot.
Yeah, bro. It's just, it's so mean. And like, every time I went to One Love, I'm like, nah, fuck. There's something about this place that I really love, and I'm going to move here. Boom, bro. Fuck, got sick of work. I was over it. It was COVID. COVID hit. It was getting hard, fucking jumping on that subsidy wage and all that. It was only making like $500. It was $400 maybe. And it just wasn't enough, bro. And then come to that, I was just like, nah, I need to get out of here. I need to go find something different. And then I ended up moving to Tauranga, and then to Te Puki. And then that's when the whole van thing come into place, because I was like, I really want to move to Aussie, but COVID's fucked that up once. And then I was just like, nah, I'm going to get me a van. So I bought a van, and it was the best thing that happened in my life. I travelled up and down the North Island in my van. Or just the shaggin' wagon. I called it the shaggin' wagon. And it was the best thing. I just laid down the back of the back seats and just put blankets on it, bro. And that was comfy enough for me. And I just bought like those long pillows that you get from Kmart.
Yeah,
bro. And that was me.
Fuck. So it was your whole life situation at the time. going to mahi, being on that sort of like treadmill and knowing you're on the treadmill, but knowing that you want to be off it.
Yes.
But just didn't know how to
get out.
And then COVID happened, which was like a shit show for a lot of people, but there was like a blessing in it, eh?
Yeah, bro. So when the COVID happened, before that, I just got all my shit ready for my passport to move to Aussie.
Wow.
Over with my cousin, but it just never happened because COVID happened. And then once COVID come off,
Borders.
I was about to go, bro. And then it happened again. And I was like, nah, fuck this. There's got to be another way. Got the shaggin' wagon. Went up to Waitangi for the first time. Went and watched 660, bro, like far out. And there was nothing to it. I just wanted to see what New Zealand has to offer because it's the most beautiful place in the world. In my eyes anyways. And went to Waitangi for the first place. That was a buzz, bro. That was a buzz. But that's where I was like really started getting into drugs and alcohol. Drugs, sorry. Because I was really into the alcohol. So I kind of laid off alcohol, but I started using more because I wasn't using alcohol.
Yeah,
it was kind of like a subsidy.
Yeah, substituted.
Yes, yeah, bro. And I started fucking doing nangs, bro.
Holy moly.
While I was driving, G.
While you were driving, whoa.
It was normal, bro. It just made me normal.
Straight up.
Yeah, bro. I never went off, I was just on. Bro, fucked up.
So you just got on Nang's handy, eh?
Bro, to a point, bro, and this is to everyone that's doing nangs out there, I got to a point, bro, where I couldn't even say what I was saying. So it was more like I was saying this whole sentence in my head, but it was coming out like this. But bro, I thought I already said it, and then I started talking to people that I come back to, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you saying, bro? Like, what are you up to?" And I'll just be like, "Hey, bro, hey." So that's where that fucked me up, and then I just went off it. I just pushed them away, and I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck am I up to?"
Did you not even know you were in it, bro?
Nah, no way, because I was living my life, I was traveling New Zealand on OnlyFans,
Oh, so is that how you were supporting yourself, bro? Doing OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how I was supporting myself, bro. Selling myself.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
And did you ever see was that something that just like obviously happened for you, bro? Or did you just see the opportunity? Did you see other people in that space? Or did you see what you were doing at the time and like, how am I going to support myself? Or, like how did all of that happen, bro?
So it happened when I was working, and I just started it up, and I already had a bit of a platform at the time. I think I only had like maybe 20-something thousand followers at the time when I started it. But I made the page, bro, and as soon as I made it, I think I made like a couple of grand just from subscriptions. And I'm like, whoa, I can go away with this money. So I did. Bought a van, and just traveled the world. I didn't really try to find content, it just came. And then, yeah, bro, I just done it that way, and it was like the best thing of my life. Like it helped me out, eh? Like, it made me realize that you don't have to be a slave to make money. You can make money your own way.
And how you express, yeah. Like when I think about people who have like OnlyFans, they're like wild, in terms of just how comfortable they are in their own skin.
Yeah.
And just how open their minds are.
Yeah, bro.
Because obviously, OnlyFans is seen as like a sexual platform. But, I've seen other people who use it for other kinds of content. But seeing the stories that I've heard, man, and the amount of money that people are making, it's ridiculous, actually like quite a whole other world.
It is. There are people making millions. They go from nothing to millions, bro. And like, fuck, I wish I was there.
And it's mainly dominated from, would it be females that are utilizing?
Yeah, females definitely
OnlyFans,
dominate the OnlyFans world. Definitely, like 100%, hands down. If you're beautiful, if you've got the face, you don't even have the fucking personality. You can literally win on OnlyFans.
And do a lot of people who use OnlyFans see it as a business?
Yeah.
So obviously, when say you're using OnlyFans, it's as a business, and there are people where you're using consent and or all of those kinds of things. Is that like a big thing that happens in that space, bro? Like you make those collaborations, or
yeah. So when we do collabs, we always make them feel comfortable. We always make them feel like we're not pressuring them, because that's the worst, bro. That's almost like rape. You know what I mean? You can't force someone into doing something. If they don't want to do it, then sweet, we'll just have a good time and get on the piss. Hey, bro, we don't need the money, or we don't need the publicity for that. To end up being like those type of people, because we're not. We're far from it.
And so you just stick to your truth and stick to what makes you feel comfortable.
Yes, and what makes them feel comfortable. And yeah, you just can't tell them what to do. So before you lay the content down, you've always got to put boundaries. What's your safe word, just in case the homie's going too hard and stop. That's not stop, you know what I mean? Say another word, because it drives you to go harder, you know what I mean?
Right.
So we always come up with words. I can't remember what the fuck my word was. I think it was kit.
Kit. Oh, fuck. Holy moly, G.
It was kit, so yeah. But I don't think we ever used any safe words. It was pretty nice, flowing. Yeah, bro, it was actually...
it's just such a whole other world, bro.
Oh, it is, bro.
Because I couldn't see myself doing it, and I think we were sort of talking about it earlier, there's this fascination, or there's this, bit of a buzz around, I couldn't do that, but then you're around people and you talk to people who are in that space, and you're just bro, I'm just completely in awe of people who are able to sort of be in that space and express in that way. And obviously, people who are obviously looking into that kind of content, you don't know who they are, you just see numbers, but they're there for their own reasons, right? Yeah. Do you pay any attention to any of that, bro? Or is that nah, not necessarily? People who coming in to subscribe and to watch these certain...
Shit, no. I don't give a fuck if they're what they're there for, bro. If you're a male, because I see heaps of males' names on there, Big Daddy 22, I'll see you, brother. Far out, you buy my shit, I love you. Hey, bro. Far out, it doesn't have to be, same sex. Because, yeah, bro, it's actual, like you were saying, bro, it's just a whole nother world, bro. But if you are wanting to start an OnlyFans and you're new to all of that, you have to have a strong mentality. You can't go in there because you're hot, You gotta mentally prepare yourself for what's about to come, because you get messages just bullies.
There's just no boundaries in terms of the comments and things like that, eh?
Yeah, bro, there's literally no boundaries, and people have no filter, and they use social media to get into your mind, and bro,
and because you're already exposing yourself in some way, and it's just
not anyone can do OnlyFans, and I can pretty much promise you that, because if you don't go in with a hard mentality, if you don't go in if you don't go in and not prepared, that's it. That's the word I was looking for. Then you won't get anywhere. You'll just dig yourself a hole into a black hole, bro, and you'll probably end up fucking doing something stupid. So if you're going to start an OnlyFans, you have to be prepared for what's to come, because there's a lot of gross people out there, bro.
I could imagine, and I suppose it's you can't be just going in there, I'm going to do this to go and get rich.
Yeah,
you know
bro.
What I mean?
And that's
a trap, eh? Because people see a lot of people making money, but then you go and be vulnerable and you expose yourself, and there's no way of almost coming back from that.
There's no way, because it's the internet, bro. you can't lose anything.
And so that's what you mean in terms of the preparation. It's like, look at what you're getting yourself into and be prepared for what's to come. You might not go to a space where you think that you actually are.
You might just make a couple of hundred and be like, oh, fuck, I shouldn't have done that. Because now everyone's seen my dick, everyone's seen my pussy, you know, everyone's seen my asshole, everyone's seen every single part of my body, and I wasn't ready for that. I was, though. I was sweet, bro. I didn't give a fuck.
And do you find that a lot of people who are sort of in that space share that kind of mentality, though, bro, as well? Like, obviously, there are people who have, who aren't aware of that, and they go into the wrong space of OnlyFans. But I'm sure you've met or been around people who just share the exact same like view of life around being open and being okay with just being in that space. Have you come across some pretty choice people, bro?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, like most of our collabs have been pretty sweet, bro. There's just been a couple that haven't ended up happening, and that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
And how do you juggle all of this, bro? Like, you're in that space, but now you're in this mean space that you're in as a father, looking after yourself. How do you juggle all of it, bro? Like, you know, how do you see the balance in the things that you do and the person that you are, or is it all just one to you?
I don't know. I think it's all just one, bro.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, yeah, I think it's just all one, bro. Yeah.
I mean, and so talk to me about like your missus, bro. Like, you know, she said you felt that she was like a person that was just there at the right time for you.
Yep. Yeah, hands down, she's been there through the hardest of my life, to be honest. She's been there since I was far out. She's pretty much the one who woke me up to be like, because she would ask me questions when I was high and all that. She would ask me questions like, do you see yourself as a drug addict? Do you see yourself as an alcoholic? And I'm like, nah, I'm all good. I'm safe as. But like coming to now, when I'm sober, I'm like, oh, I'm definitely a fucking alcoholic. I'm definitely a drug addict. Wow. You know, or was, or whatever. Still am, because it's only early stages. You can't just let go of all that shit over a few weeks.
Yeah.
Hey, bro. And like how you were saying, do you see yourself in a without all of that? And I said, yeah, I do. So yeah, she definitely opened my eyes up and made me realize that I was using too hard. I was going too hard, because I'm fucking good at it, but I was going too hard and thinking that I was good at it, when at the time I was
digging a deeper hole.
Yeah, bro. Running from my problems. And then yeah, she came into play, and you know, yeah, she just, every time I try to talk about it, bro, she just leaves me speechless. Because she's just an amazing person, bro. You know, she's had her battles, I've had my battles. And
do you feel she's sort of helped you remember like who you are?
Yep, hands down, she did. 100% made me remember who the fuck I am, because I lost all of that growing up because of the treadmill. When the treadmill come into play, this little loop, and all I knew was drink, work, drink, alcohol, drugs. And then yeah, and then when she come, she was like, asked me those questions, and it was like I was kind of like getting offended. I was like, no, I'm not that. Why do you hate me now? Like, you know, I'll turn it against her. But that wasn't me talking, that was that stuff, you know, the shit that I was taking. And bro, that's why I just give it up to her, like,
she stayed with you.
Yeah.
She knew that there was something more in you.
Yeah, and she knew that it wasn't me talking. She knew it was the drugs and the fucking alcohol. I honestly, hands down, think that alcohol was poison, bro. Because maybe you can have 1, 2, 3, but when you keep going, it's just like say other people keep going, you see them start fights and stuff, bro. It's just like, what the hell? Why is this shit legal? Why is this the number one drug or whatever that's legal? Like, what the fuck is up with this world at the moment, bro? And but like, I don't judge anyone else or anything like that.
It's just your own experience.
Yeah, it's just my own experience, bro. And
yeah, and like the thing that I want to also talk about, bro, is like you're 6 weeks in, you're feeling amazing, and we were talking just in that OnlyFans part there around, you know, you got to prepare for, you know, what's to come. Have you looked at how you can prepare to sort of stay on the path that you're on, bro? If it's like something that you're enjoying, like yeah. So how are you sort of, how can you see yourself staying in the space of consistently feeling good and doing good habits?
going on a diet, bro.
Oh yeah.
Going on a diet.
Are you on one now, or do you feel that's the next step for you?
That's the next step.
Man, what are you thinking?
I just want to
clean it up a bit.
Just clean it up, bro. You know, have the drugs and alcohol on a special occasion, you know? Mm-hmm. Not every fucking weekend, like how I was doing it. Sometimes it was weeks. Hey, it was never, you know, you never come down if you're always up, but... But, you know,
like, what does diet look like for you, bro, in terms
just
of...
eating better, bro, because, like, I've cut out the fizzy from that 6 weeks. I've cut the fizzy out. I've cut the junk food out. I had, like, KFC the other day, and I felt disgusting afterwards, so I probably won't go back to that. Maybe forward, but I want to do something now. Like, that's why when I hit sober, bro, I was like, boom, nah, that's it. That's me. I'm going to start rugby, started rugby. I'm going to go to CrossFit, started CrossFit. What's next? Diet, you know? And then after that, I don't know. Like, I just
got to keep staying on doing the things, bro? Yeah.
And I want to slowly get back into social media because I'm just making just fun shit for the story. But I want to get into skits, bro. I want to start making movies or something, bro. And I also, there's one big thing that I've really always been into, bro, and that's my clothing.
True.
Yeah, bro. I've always wanted to start a clothing brand, but I'd rather get my following back because I was almost at 40-50K, bro, and I just lost.
You've gone through a few, I can't say.
Bro.
Why are you getting like different? Because what is Instagram doing, bro?
I was just too ruthless on my posts, bro.
Oh.
Yeah. But then there was posts that would be like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't swear. I wasn't abusing anyone. I wasn't putting anyone down. Because that's why my old accounts were getting done, because cunts were fucking me over. And then, you know, I would blast them on social media and they get done for bullying when the other one's bullying me. Hey, bro. Yeah, bro, there's been fucking heaps of shit. Sorry for swearing, but yeah, there's been heaps of shit that's happened through the social media life where we become, is it a victim?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, and when really we're just being us, all of us influencers, as people say, we're just being us, and people don't like it, then they start bullying us, and then we bite back.
And then boom, you're being made out to be the victim, as you said, eh?
Yeah, bro. And like, yeah, far out.
Or the bad person, I should say. Because, yeah, you're right. You know, being in this whole social media space and era, you know, you do certain things, and I guess our difference, your difference, my difference is we're doing something that's different or that's resonating with people, whether it's entertaining people, educating people, like people start to follow for a certain reason. Yeah. And then you get to a certain level, and then now you either got to be restricted in what you do. Bro.
That's
you
it,
know,
bro.
so you got to sort of like dim your lights in a way to then please the people that are following you, but there seems to be like a gap between, you know, breaking through, you know, so... Yeah, so what have you learnt from that, bro? Like, do you feel you need to continue to express, or is there like different ways that you can navigate?
There is different ways to navigate, but like, I like being that person, you know, and like for me to bring it down a notch, I like being this person as well, like more PG, you know, like more main media wise,
mainstream,
yeah, bro. It's kind of like it's cool, bro. Like,
there's more
this,
creativity,
bro.
bro.
Like this, bro. What the fuck? I never thought I'd be here,
This is your
bro.
first time doing your own podcast, sharing your story, my guy.
And it's actual crazy, bro. Like, it's all about me, you know what I mean? And I'm not the one to talk about myself all the time. Maybe a little bit, but like not full on like this, bro. It's amazing,
bro. It's cool, bro, and it's been mean to chat to you, cuz. But you know, just to wrap us up, brother. Like, is there like let's go through like a few random ass things, bro. Like, you know, like what's your favorite kai, bro? What would you prefer? Going out to a mean restaurant or a home cooked meal or a marae meal? Marae, eh? Hangi, eh?
Oh, that does things to me, brother.
Is there like a hangi that sticks out to you the most, bro? Like, was there, because there's some hangis that are like a little bit dry, or you know, then you have ones that are just like, whoa, this was like next level.
The moist, oh, bro, the meat has to be moist. The steamed pudding has to be deluxe. You know, like,
the custard ratio matters too, eh, bro?
With the cream on top and the vanilla ice cream, mother, fuck me. Oh, that can do me all day.
Would you rather go, you know, would you rather win like a rugby championship or CrossFit comp, bro, or would you rather go on a bender with the boys over a summer?
I'd rather win a CrossFit one, right? And then I'd rather win the game. And if we don't win the game, we always win the bender, boy. Yeah.
Is there one person, bro, that really sticks out to you that you've met along your journey that just felt like, man, just had a mean impact, whether it was a story, whether it was who they were, or is there, or it could be a few people, bro, that just stick out to you and like, fuck yeah, that was cool meeting that fella or that gal?
Tricks, bro, because I met him through social media and we grew up not having social media, you know, going from those 2280s to iPhones, bro. Like, we grew up in the era where, I don't know, like where it wasn't as fast. We grew up slow, and for these children to come into this world now, it's just like bang, it's right there in front of them. And
he's a good follow the road,
yeah.
Tricks. I know he's been like involved with a few people and like in their come up, like I think about Joey Damon. Like I know that Tricks was a big part of like his come up
bro.
in that.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
you know, like you fellas have met. He just seems to be just a really good fella that connects to a lot of people, bro.
Yeah, so yeah, there's him. We got a long line of fucking So I'll stop there. Love you, brother. Donnie, bro.
Oh yeah, Donnie,
bro.
He was the episode just before you guys. Yeah.
And I listened to that and I really enjoyed that. But he was the one who was making me understand me. You know, we went on a bender, bro, and we almost fucked both our lives up, like. And then, bro, like after that, he started, you know, being there for. Even before that, he was there for me. But like after that, we're like, bro, we need to wake up. We need to wake up, bro. And then after that, bro, he's just been there. Every time I needed him, I'd just message him, and that's all I'd need to do, and he'll have everything there, bro. You know, like detailed, fucking just, bro. This is what you need to do, but you're doing good. You're in the right path, but you need to stop doing this. You need to stop doing that. But I can only tell you so much. It's up to you to change what you're gonna do, and it's up to you to make your path from here. I'm only a guide. I'm not a.
That's right.
Yeah. And yeah, he's another one, bro.
Yeah, he's the man, old Donnie, bro. Yeah. And brother, like I feel like you sharing your story in this way. I just really feel it's been like a good thing for you, bro. But also bro, it's been like an amazing thing, you know, because we don't know who's going to be listening to this. We just don't know, bro. And we just don't know the impact of our story sometimes. And for you to share, you know, a bit more in depth, you know, your actual journey from, you know, being raised from your kuia to you going through being on that treadmill to now being in a space where you're just feel as though you're thriving. Like it's been a blessing to see that whole transition. And bro, I just want to encourage you to just stay on that path that lights you up, bro. You know,
I think the only thing that'll make me fall back into that is changing changing what I eat again, bro. Like, if I go back to eating rubbish, I'll stay that way, you know, bro. And another thing would be like losing someone really close. Like, I haven't even lost my dad, my mum, my nan, you know, I haven't lost someone that close yet. So that'll be really hard for me. That'll be the hardest, but I know I can do it. But like, you know, that'll be the challenge there.
Yeah, I think it's something perhaps that might be able to give you a bit of comfort, because I'm in a similar space, bro. I've lost grandparents in there, but it's the more consistent you are in doing these good habits, the stronger you actually get, bro. So I believe
100%.
the more you do this, the more you're preparing yourself. There's a thing that David Goggins says. He's like someone over in the States who's just like on another mental plane. But he says the training we do is not training for ourselves, it's training for life.
Yeah.
You know, we don't know what's going to come in, bro. You know, you don't know what's happening, but how you show up for yourself in terms of the training, the mental stuff that you're doing, it's all preparing you for the unknown, for the unexpected. And so just know that from what I see, bro, what I have felt is I just believe you're on a good path at this point in time, bro. So
I see that.
just doing things like preparing, you know, how can I stay on this path? Diet, because that's going to take you to another level of feeling good, and then the more you sustain that, but also perhaps giving yourself those times where you can just go out and have a bit of fun here and there as well. You know?
Yes,
so
100%.
just having those little boundaries, but also spaces to just express and be, bro. So just going to give it over to you, brother. If there's any like final words that you want to share for the listeners or for your story, bro, just going to hand it over, brother. Kei a koe.
One thing I'd like to say is look after your mental health. It's your number one priority, really. You can have all the money in the world, you can have all the bitches in the world, you can have all the, you know, all the cars, all the luxury, all the materialistic shit in the world, but you'll never be happy unless you look after your mental health. And that is your number one priority. So if you look after your mental health, no one can stop you.
Yeah, mental, brother. That is on. Beautiful. Thank you so much for coming on, my G. And,
I was right in the zone too. I was like,
bro, you were in there, bro. You were like, you knew this moment was coming. I've been practicing. But it's so true though, bro. If you can look after yourself, because our mind, bro, it can take over. Yeah. You know, but the more that we sort of like nurture it, the more we can actually like be ourselves. And I just see that in you, and it's shining. So thank you for coming on. And to the listeners, kia koutou katoa, thank you for tuning in. E mihi ana, kia koutou katoa.
Cheers.
Solid, my brother.
Solid, brother.